What's going on, YouTube? Whoa, geez, I didn't mean to make it so loud again. What's going on, everyone? This is the ITalkFortnite podcast, episode number 14. I have not done an official podcast in quite some time. Apologies in advance. So thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. And by the way, as I mentioned in every single podcast, this is meant to be audio only. This is not meant for you something to actively watch, especially with this kind of podcast. It's 9 at night. I should be getting to bed soon, but I kind of can't sleep. I kind of have a few things on my mind, and I just kind of want to talk to you guys about it. Because I know the podcasts don't get a lot of views, and we're going to get into views in a moment, but I know they don't get a lot of views, but you know what? That's okay. I don't mind putting out content that doesn't get the most attention. And, yeah, let's, this is going to be the most all over the place podcast. It's not anything super serious. It's not going to be about anything like crazy or anything, but I'm rendering out my, my first video. No. I'm rendering out my second video for tomorrow, which is going to is my main issue with Fortnite. I think you guys will enjoy that video. And this is going to be uploaded on that same day, but in the morning. And let's try to keep this under an hour. So hope you guys enjoy the podcast. And I'm literally just going to be rambling the whole time about things. So it's been a bit since I started the YouTube channel. It's almost been 2 months now. I believe it's been almost 2 months. I'm going to check right now, but yeah, you know what? I'm going to check that right now. It's kind of crazy to me how far I've gotten with this channel so far already. It's kind of crazy, man. I didn't think I'd make it this far at all. And man, just looking at my video I uploaded a few hours ago, and it's already at like 5,000 views. It's mind blowing to me, honestly. Like I literally can't believe it sometimes. And yeah, I think I got lucky. August 5th is when I started the channel. It's almost 2 months old. Wow. And I'm already at 12,000 subs. That's insane. And I really couldn't have done it without you guys. It's really not, you know, I didn't want to get big. I made videos because I've been making videos for over 10 years. I do it because the world outside, right? I think that the shit we have to go through our daily lives, whether it's going to school, whether it's going to work, whether it's, you know, like doing normal daily stuff outside in the real world, it's very stressful. It's not fun. YouTube is my escape for watching content. I watch so much YouTube. You wouldn't believe how much YouTube I actually watch. I watch YouTube every night, every morning when I'm at work. I watch YouTube all the time. And seeing how those guys entertain me, I was inspired. I'm like, well, if these guys are putting out content that I like to watch and I like to escape from reality for a little bit, maybe I should do the same. And that's what I've been doing for 10 years. The content's never been consistent. It's never been great. It's never been, you know, it's never been anything super serious. It's, you know, I was always told, you know, YouTube is never going to go anywhere. It's never going to get you anywhere. You're wasting your time. Just stop trying. And I've been told this by my parents. I've been told this by my friends, or the people I thought were my friends. I've been told this by so many different parties, and I never really gave up, but I did take breaks along, like, a lot of times. And my one good friend, who I'm probably going to do a collab with eventually, because he told me, he's like, hey, listen, man, if you match my subscriber count, let's do a collab. And he's at 15,000 subs. He got that in about a year or two, and I'm about to hit that in less than 2 months. Or I think it's gonna be in about 2 months. The subscribers have been slowing down. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. I don't like super fast growth. I don't want to be that big of a YouTuber. I really don't. It's stressful to me. You have a lot of responsibility. You need to worry about what you say now. You have to realize that your audience is impressionable. You need to realize that the people that watch your content are watching it for a few reasons. And you can't say the wrong things. You can't say what you're feeling at that moment about things, because if you do, you might end up saying the wrong thing. And there's just so much that goes into it. Like I said, I never thought I would have this many subs in a month. Not even close. And like I said, I don't think I deserve it. You know, I really don't. I make Fortnite content. That's all I do. And but as I was saying, my friend, my one friend that told me about wanting to collab with me, he was like, you know, he was one of the main reasons why I started back up, because he's like, you know, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? You giving up again? Are you gonna start another channel? You gonna try again? And every time I told him, yeah, I'm gonna try something again, he's like, you better fucking stick with it. You better fucking, you know, keep it going. You better not give up on it like you did with your other channel, because that channel's dead. That'll go nowhere anymore. And you know what? He was legit about that. And he wasn't saying this in a mean way. He was just I think he was just trying to get me motivated to make content again. And I told him, I want to make content. I want to start doing it again. And he just kept saying, like, then fucking do it. If you want to make content again, just do it. And I started again, and it couldn't have been the best thing for me to do, honestly. Excuse me, I was taking a drink. And I started my YouTube channel again, except I started a new one. Because the way YouTube works is you will not be favored in the search algorithm unless you're consistent. And that channel has been on and off consistent for a few 8 years. It's never been a steady pace. I never kept up with it. I did too much. I did too little. I posted things that were completely random. Nothing that, like, the only videos that I've used were the hardest videos to make. And that was the problem. Was because doing soundboard videos back then for Xbox 360 was so hard. It's still hard. And, you know, I don't care if people watch me for a specific kind of thing. Like, that doesn't bother me. But, like, with that channel, I went all over the place with it. Like, literally, like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? Here. Off the cuff here. But I'm going to go to my channel, right? And let's see, like, you know what? I'll do most popular, okay? We'll sort it by most popular. So I did Let's Plays. I did the soundboard videos. I did a Jimmy Neutron subliminal message video. I talked about how a 12-year-old California boy committed suicide after he was bullied for being a male cheerleader. Overwatch Toxicity. Black Ops 3 tips. More Let's Plays. You know, it's just crazy. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all this. Like, oh yeah, and I tried starting my own podcast. That didn't go anywhere. You know, I really tried. So I tried everything to be relevant, and it never really worked. But at the same time, I was kind of okay with it. I didn't want to get big. Yeah, it's everyone's dream to be a YouTuber and do YouTube full time, as it is for me. But it's not something that I always strived for. Like I said, I just wanted to entertain people. And sometimes putting out the same shit everyone else doesn't entertain people anymore. You know what I mean? Like I said, in my one video, I didn't want to do anything with this channel unless I knew I could bring something different to the table. And the one thing I thought of was, well, I have tons of ideas about Fortnite that are just topics to talk about. And no one else seems to do it. They only talk about clickbait and they only talk about fake shit. And I got tired of it. I'm like, how is the Fortnite YouTube community taken seriously if all it is just clickbait and red arrows and red circles and all this shit? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, there's so much of it. It's honestly embarrassing that most Fortnite content is clickbait or misleading or scams. You know, like, I just wanted to make a channel where I wasn't like that. I wanted to make a channel where it was about conversation, talking about whatever I wanted that was in relation to Fortnite, and keep it Fortnite oriented, keep it Fortnite specific. And I think I've been able to do that. And I'm really happy about it. Because I don't feel like I'm forced to do a specific series. I don't feel like I'm forced to do a specific kind of video. I don't feel forced to, do anything else that's like, super popular. I don't do any of that. I kind of just do my own thing. And it's good because, like, I don't know. I just don't like making content that is popular. Like, I'm going to go to my channel, my main Fortnite channel now. And my most popular videos are power chord related. And that's totally okay with me. Don't know why power chord content gets so many views. Honestly, I have no idea why. But, like, okay, I'm looking through most popular right now. Power chord. Yeah, my top 4 most popular videos are all power chord. Oh, wow, my Will Skull and Gold Trooper and the Reaper Pickaxe come back to Fortnite. That got 50,000 views. Nice. I'm very happy with that. I'm honestly so surprised that some of these videos get the amount of views that they do. Like I said, it is ridiculous how much support I actually get on these videos, and I could not thank you guys enough. Like, the Drum Gun Vaulted video, 42,000 views on that. What I Want in Fortnite Season 6, 29,000 views. What happened to the Alpine Ace and the Mogul Master skins? 33,000 views. That is amazing to me. Like, this is something I'll never, like, regret, is that I talked about something that no one else seemed to talk about, and, then it became, like, this big thing. Like, no one was talking about power chord. No one was, like, really giving a shit about it. No one was going in depth like I was. No one was pointing out how it was the only legendary skin to never come back, and it was all this, and it was all that, and it wasn't this, and it wasn't that, because people were saying, oh, it's probably because, it's a sexually revealing skin, it's an E3 exclusive, and I'm like, bro, if you look up all of that, none of it comes up. And I never gave up on it, and look what happened, it came back. And people tell me I brought the skin back. I don't think I did. Do I think that maybe I had something to do with its return? No, but I think I brought hype to it. I will admit, I think I did do that. So, yeah. And I'm looking at all my videos right now. Like, my most popular video, 8 minutes. Then 9 minutes, 4 minutes, 12 minutes, okay, 10 minutes, okay. 7 minutes, 1 minute, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 30 minutes. That's the Fortnite Locker Showcase. But you get, like, and another thing is that people are like, they think I care that people make their videos over 10 minutes long. I mean, I do, in the sense that people sometimes will only do it to stretch out their video time for ads. Like, if the whole ad thing wasn't a big deal, where if it's like, oh, it doesn't matter how long your video is, you'll still get the same amount of ads, no one would be making 10-minute videos all the time, just saying. And like I said, like, people are just, like, I don't know. I'm dealing with a lot, but I kind of expected that because when you're a YouTuber of my size, which, like I said, I never thought I'd be saying any of this. I never thought I would get this big, honestly. When you're a YouTuber my size, you become like a role model. You become someone that people look up to. They watch your content. They want your opinion. They want to know what you think about certain things. You know, and I don't even know where I was going with that. But there was this one guy who I watched his live stream. Now he thinks I was like hunting him down, or he was like I was looking for drama or something. I can't really tell. But like, I don't know. Like, I watched his stream. He said that all haters are retards. And then he flat out says, "What do you want me to call haters? Black people?" And, you know, like, I didn't know what to say about that, except it kind of pissed me off because, for one, I work with autistic people. I work with mentally handicapped people. I work with people that have Down syndrome. I deliver to people like that, and I work with people like that. And, you know, you're free to say whatever you want. I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't say. That is up to you. But with someone with that audience, which he has 700,000 subscribers, AlexRemyGaming, I don't care if I name drop him. He blocks me on Twitter for shouting him out. I didn't even say anything negative. I just said, wow, what he said was kind of weird. And, like, I don't know. You have kids that watch you that are impressionable. For a channel that size, you need to be careful with what you say, because that's why the whole thing with PewDiePie was so big, was when he said the N-word. He's the most popular YouTuber. He could have had all those people watch him saying, "Oh, that word? Oh, that must be good to say, or that must be okay to say," when in reality it's not. And it's just ridiculous to me that he's like, "Oh yeah, all haters are retards." Because what else would they be? Black people? Like, I don't... He tells me it's a joke. Well, I couldn't tell it was he couldn't... He responded to me and then blocked me. I was working, so I couldn't even see the tweet. And one of my followers actually had a screenshot it for me. And he said it was a joke. But if it was a joke, then why did he delete the stream? Because clearly, if it was a joke, why would you delete the stream then? Just seems a little bizarre to me. Right? Just a little bit. And then the whole thing with Landon, you know, he lost his account with $12,000 on it, and I called him out on it. I'm like, "Listen, bro, it's your fucking fault. You abused the shit. You weren't supposed to do anything that you did. You know, you're not supposed to show glitches. You're not supposed to show how to do glitches. You're not supposed to use custom skins. It's against game rules." But because he's such a big channel, he felt invincible about it. And he's like, "Oh, no one can touch me. I can do whatever the fuck I want." And then his account gets banned. And I don't know what else to say about it. And people were like, "Oh, are you hating on him?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not hating on him. He makes clickbait content, but I'm not hating. Okay. I don't hate anybody. Everyone I do a investigating Fortnite clickbait video on, I don't have any ill will towards their person. It's their content I have a problem with. It's not the actual person. Like, I'm going to mention this. I doubt he watches my videos, honestly. But ITankKid, I made a video about his content, and we DM'd back and forth for a good bit. I think it was like the week before my birthday. And, you know, I told him, I'm like, "Listen, man, your content is clickbait. It's misleading. It's clickbait." And he didn't agree with me on that. He said that they were two different things. But at the same time, he didn't block me because I gave my opinion on him out. As a person, he's a really nice guy. He's very generous. He gives a lot of money away to his fans. Like, he's a really nice guy in person. But, like I said, his content just isn't for me. His content isn't for me. and he expands them to 10 minutes, and his thumbnails are clickbait. That's it. Like, I have issues with that, but as him as a person, I don't have issues with him. Like I said, he's a nice guy. I just wish his content was a little bit more legitimate and not not clickbaity. Now, the only person I might have problems with in terms of like actual people would be HappyPower. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because he called his girlfriend autistic as a joke. And like, what the fuck? You have 400,000 subscribers, and you think it's okay? You think calling your girlfriend autistic as a joke is funny? It's not funny. And what makes this even worse is that I don't have anybody anymore. I lost that, and I wish I had her back. And that's impossible. And that whole situation with me and my ex has driven me to very severe, like, I don't want to get into it, but I'm not the same. I wish I could go back with her and everything would be the way it was. I wish I could do that, but I can't. So for the fact that this guy is just doing this, like, I was respectful to my ex, or my girlfriend at the time. I was respectful to her. I didn't put her down. I didn't call her stupid shit like that. That's what pissed me off, is that he's just saying this as if it's like just a small joke. You have tons of kids that follow you on Twitter. You have tons of kids that watch you on YouTube, and you're setting them a bad example. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, hold on. I don't even know if he like deleted the tweet or anything. Probably did. But I just don't get it. It's really, really ridiculous that you think it's okay to say shit like that. Now you're probably asking, well, like, you know, no one really knows my no one really knows what, like, my what am I trying to say? Who I watch on YouTube. But one of my favorite YouTube channels I like to watch is Mr. Medicare. And he throws that word around a lot. He does. And, you know, I understand why he whatchamacallit. I understand why he uses those words, is because he's like, you know what? This is what's so hard about it. Is because, like, I'm acting like a hypocrite here. I'm like, oh, it's okay for Mr. Medicare to use the word, but not other people. The thing with him is that his audience is a lot more mature, and also he's not using the word as an insult. He's using it as, like, because he talks about, like, ridiculous shit. Like, he talked about, you know, one of my favorite jokes he mentioned was he made a video about the guy who shut up the Madden tournament, and he said that in order for anyone to do, like, an esport competition, they should have, like, an autism, like, test where, like, if at the entrance, if you set up, like, a little train, and if someone just dares to look at it, they can't enter. I thought that was hilarious. It's dark, yes, but his audience is older. We're talking about Fortnite YouTubers, a game meant for children. And they're just saying this shit as if it has no weight. It has no merit. And then kids will think saying those words are okay when in reality they're not. They're just not. And then I get attacked. Hold on. I get attacked because I throw my opinion out. And I never said this, but it you know, I think it's kind of obvious. My opinion doesn't equal fact. If I say the sky is blue, right? Well, okay, that's technically a fact. If I say my opinion on, like, I don't know, Fortnite. Oh, I think Fortnite's a terrible game. That's my opinion. That's not a fact. You can't really have a fact about how well a game is anyway, but you get what I'm saying. People come to for my opinion. I don't know why, personally. Maybe just because I have decent opinions. I don't know. But I like when people come to me about wanting my opinion on things, which is really cool. And but my opinions aren't fact. They're not. You know what I mean? It's like, I just wish people could understand that, like, if all of us had the same tastes in everything, the world would be a boring place. It really, really would. And like, what? I don't get it. I wish people could realize that other people have other opinions. Now, I had this mindset a long time ago when I was younger, that my opinion it wasn't like the end all be all answer, but my opinion always felt like it was something that was of a fact. And that was a bad way of looking at things. But I was younger back then. Younger minds think like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just something you shouldn't carry over when you're my age. I'm 24. You shouldn't think your opinion is fact. You can have the popular opinion, but you can't just say, like, oh, because I think that this is this way because of this. That's just not good, in my opinion. You shouldn't have that mindset. You should have an open mind. And you know what? That's another thing I'll mention. Criticism doesn't equal hate. This AlexRemy guy, he assumed I was hating on him, when in reality I wasn't even criticizing him, but I'm criticizing him right now. Him saying those words to over 2,000 people that were watching him at the time, and to 740,000 subscribers, is wrong. And you should never do that. Because like I said, your audience is very impressionable. If they see you doing it, they're going to think it's okay to say it. Just saying. And I don't know his fan base. I don't know. I don't care. I can already tell it's terrible if I get banned or I get blocked for posting a video clip of his stream and my reaction to it. I didn't hate on him. I didn't say anything. I just said, wow, like, you know, I just thought it was bizarre. And I don't know. It's just, when you're a bigger YouTuber, you lose a lot of rights, I guess you could say. You can't say your opinion unless you want to get hated for it. You can't say this. You can't say that. And it's kind of disheartening in a way. Man, I am, like, really thirsty tonight. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I'm trying to make content, and I'm just trying to keep you guys entertained. That's all I want, like I said. I don't do this for me. I do this for you. And in terms of, like, I don't know why I want to go back to this, but about my ex, right? I don't want to talk about her at all. But I do want to say that, like, I have all this time. Well, okay, that's also a lie. I don't have as much time as I had. But now, because I'm working full-time, which sucks, and I'm doing YouTube now, I have enough time to make a lot of content. And it's, like I said, you know, all right. I'm sorry, like I said, this is a very ramble-filled podcast. I just wanted to talk with you guys about a lot of things. And my parents didn't think YouTube was viable. They didn't think it was something that was going to benefit me in the long run, even though I studied in college on video production and video editing and entertainment and stuff like that. And they just thought YouTube was a waste of time. They thought Twitter was a waste of time. They thought Fortnite was a waste of time. They thought YouTube, I already said that. They thought video games were a waste of time. And every time, because I had that mindset, every time I made a video on my other channel, I would never be 100% I wouldn't feel great about it. I feel like, wow, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wasting my time. And now that I show them numbers, they're like, oh my God, now it's actually viable. And like, I don't know. It feels kind of shitty that in order for them to approve of my hobby, they needed to see hard numbers, which once again, I'm okay with that. They needed to see how many views I was getting. They needed to see like my estimated revenue, all this. Like they needed to see all that. Fine, whatever. I'm not too upset about it. But at least they approve of it now. They now see the importance of it. They actually understand now. I tell them about, like I said, I tell them about, views, CPMs. I tell them about watch time. I tell them about views. I tell them why people watch my content. I tell them why I do what I do. Why Fortnite? Why now? Why am I doing this? And all this. And they're happy for me. And not to mention, both sides of my family. I have two sides of my family. I'm trying to think. My dad remarried, and my mom also remarried. So I have my dad with my stepmom and my mom with my stepdad. And I'm living with my mom with my stepdad, and I couldn't be more thankful that they let me live under their roof, honestly, because they let me do my own thing now. They realize that what I'm doing is for a good cause. It's, yes, it's making me money, yes. But like I said, I don't make my videos 10 minutes long every time just to get extra ads. I'm not that desperate for money. I'm working full time in a job right now that's starting to kind of get annoying, which I'll also quickly mention. My boss called me this morning. He's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that the head of our stores are going to be most likely taking away our tips, which means I can't make money under the table anymore, which is awful because with how much money I'm making on YouTube, which I'm not getting into specifics because it doesn't matter. It's not even that much. And with how much money I'm making at my job, including the tips, were astronomical. Combined, it's really good. And I can't lose my tips. If I lose my tips, I'm debating on doing a different position at that job. Because tips are what makes the job enjoyable for me, and it makes good money doing what I'm doing for tips. Absolutely. Like I think, for instance, I made $50 today. I worked 6 hours. I made almost double my revenue from just doing deliveries. It was super easy. Busy, but super easy. So he told me he's talking to upper management about it, because I think that'd be kind of bullshit if I lost on that, because that would be another revenue stream down the drain, and I don't need money, but I do kind of need it because I'm trying to save money for the future of whatever. Because right now in my headspace, I'm just thinking, well, I'm planning on making content for a good while. I don't want to slow down anytime soon because this is the biggest leap I've had. I might as well keep going, so I'm gonna keep going with it. And I don't even want another I don't even want to try again with another significant other. I don't. Women just hurt you in the end, honestly. I know that's blunt, but I just don't care anymore. When people call me a virgin, when people say, oh, you're, fucking making YouTube content, you must be a lonely motherfucker if you gotta know what. Yeah, it is kind of lonely sometimes, I will admit. I don't have someone I get good morning texts anymore. I don't have that anymore. I don't have someone to tell, I don't have someone to tell me what, if I should do this or if I should do that. I don't have anyone to lean on. I don't have anyone to hold anymore. I don't have anyone to talk to if I have problems, because talking to your parents isn't always something that people want to do, especially with younger kids. They don't want to always go to the parents. They want to go to someone they trust, which I don't have many friends in real life. The people at my work really don't give a shit about me. I'm very independent with my work. I don't talk with people because most of the time when I talk with people, it's always business related. And then when it's something else, they don't give a shit about it. I only know, I think two of my coworkers I'm actually really good friends with. One I actually kind of had a crush on, I kind of had a crush on both of them. It's pretty funny. But I still talk to them on a daily basis sometimes. And they listen and they're awesome. And with this whole thing with YouTube, I don't think I want to get myself into a relationship. Because if I did, first of all, relationships are stressful. For me, at least. They're very stressful. You always got to worry about the other person. You don't even have time to worry about yourself sometimes. And then on the other side of the coin, if I don't have a girlfriend, or if I don't, I'm not saying I'm gay, but just saying hypothetically, if I had a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, if I didn't have that, I have more time to make YouTube videos. And YouTube videos right now, I made this joke on my 24th birthday. My parents are like, I forgot what they said. I think I said something like, I'm glad I'm doing YouTube now because now I'm doing so now the thing I'm doing in my spare time is making me money, not taking it from me. Because if you don't get the joke, it's because girls like to take your money and, not saying they like to take your money, but they, you spend money on them. That's what I'm getting at. I'm sorry. It's very late at night. And like I said, this is just really ramble heavy. Had a lot on my mind. Just wanted to get it out to you guys because, like I said, I'm not a robot. I don't want to be a robot. I want to be someone with a personality. I want to be someone that people can relate to. I don't want to be someone that's just another clickbaiter and someone that just sits behind a microphone that's just says lies and promotes giveaways and says, hey, if when gifting comes out, I'm giving all my skins in my lockers. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to be like that. I want to be someone you guys can relate with and realize that I'm human. Every YouTuber is human, but a lot of people see YouTubers as gods. They see YouTubers as like this huge thing, when in reality, we're all the same. We're all the same kind of person. It's not, I don't know. Because like I have a few diehard fans, which I greatly appreciate, but just realize I'm just human. I'm not someone crazy. Okay, I'm really not. I'm just a guy who sits at his desk and bitches about Fortnite. And that's really all it is. And like I said, I'm glad I'm in this position I'm in. I'm going to keep going with it. I'm not going to slow down. And, yeah, I don't know if I have much else to say in terms of just rambling. But I did make a second YouTube channel, and that's for that is for other games that isn't specific to Fortnite. I don't really care how many subscribers that channel gets. But if I ever feel like playing a game and I want to record it and do a live commentary, I'll put it on that channel. Easy as that. And one cool thing is that I'm actually excited. I actually have a lot of ideas in terms of videos, and I don't want to spoil too many, but if you made it this far in the podcast, I'll spoil some for you. I actually have a notepad of like all of my ideas, just so I have something to talk about. I have a video coming up on why I don't like giveaways. I have a video on why clickbait hurts the community, even though I'm probably not going to do that one because my volcano video pretty much answered that question. My opinions on toxicity in Fortnite, and also Fortnite is not actually dying. But on YouTube, tons of people will make, oh yeah, Fortnite's dying videos just to get a shit ton of views, which is disgusting to me. It's not dying. If anything, it's growing. August was their highest peak count of players, so clearly it's not dying, you dumb shits. But whatever, people will just say, oh, it's because this, it's because of that, when in reality it's really not the truth, man. It's really not. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have much else to talk about, guys. I really don't think I do. Just all right, I'll end it with this. I love you guys, and I want to make content for you. Okay? And it's funny because on my main channel, I always thought, I want to be able to make content that I want. And on my main channel, I always wanted to ask people, like, what do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see? And with this channel, I don't even need to ask. I can tell what people like. People like the news videos. Great. I love making the news videos. I love doing that. I follow so many different things that I could easily make news videos almost every day. Probably not every day, but I could do it almost every day if I really wanted to. A lot of people like the investigating Fortnite clickbait videos. I like doing those too, but the problem is that they get very repetitive for me. It's usually the same shit. They clickbait, they mislead, they promote some bullshit app or some bullshit that's making them money and it's screwing over everyone else and stuff like that. And it's just kind of, I don't know. It's the same shit over and over again. And it gets kind of stale, just a little. But I'll go back to that. I already had like 2 episodes recorded and I haven't even uploaded or edited those yet. It's just because I'm taking my time. Just trying to spread things out. I'm trying to make content that's relevant. Because would you want to hear me talk about Disco Domination a week after it's been out? Probably not. So I have to be careful with when I release things. I have to make sure they're uploaded at a good time. So that's basically it. That's all I wanted to mention. This video, I've actually decided just now, this podcast is going to happen tonight. And my one problem, the main issue I have with Fortnite video will actually be up in the morning. I've decided I'm just going to do it like that. So thank you guys so much for listening to my stupid voice. If you like the podcast, let me know with a like. I won't beg for it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the bell just to get all my latest uploads. Comment down below of this video any questions you have for me. I will answer them in the next podcast. I know I usually do this at the end of my podcast. I should have went to my other podcasts and checked those comments. I'm sorry. I'm just too tired to do that right now. And I thought a podcast specifically about rambling about some stuff would be just a better time, I guess. I don't know. But follow me on Twitter at ITalkFortnite. Join the Discord. I might start putting these podcasts on SoundCloud soon. I'll figure that out eventually. And then when I do, I'll mention it on Twitter. By the way, guys, if you aren't following me on Twitter, I would highly recommend you do, because that's where I talk about a lot of different things. So just letting you know. So thank you guys for listening once again. Have a good one. See ya.